Is this your homework, Larry?
See what happens, Larry?
There's bears out here.
And then, just like that,
Bitcoin going to zero.
Hello. Traders, welcome to the stream where the daily candle just closed and it was our lowest. Our lowest since at least December 11th. So certainly the lowest close on the day of 2024. And at the same time, as announcing that, can say concisely that the demand line that extends as far back as October 27th has been breached. Okay, 42,000 breached. And formally tested today, as it had tested before, the ice line from 2021 tested that low from the 11th, 12th, 13th of December, 18th, and then the 3rd of January. Once again, some bids came in, limit orders were set, probably maybe some shorts covered. Many things happen at these inflection points, and that was the bounce you received. But scalpers gonna scalp at supports or resistance, right? So not really what you were looking for. That was like, hey, you're okay until new data presents itself, and then you got to make assessments based on that new data. And then this newest piece of data is not really the greatest, though it's not, you know, the end of the world. But you don't really want to be breaking demand lines when there was demand. There's no longer demand. You don't want to be breaking back into major inflection zones that had been tested for 5 weeks now. Yeah, you don't want to fall below 40,665. So if someone could tell the composite operator what's going on here, so everyone doesn't get wrecked, okay? Because below 40,665, you could just use your imagination on how much lower we're going. Again, using just Fibonacci from like just your most recent discernible swing low on the daily, September 11th of last year to the highest high. Soon approaching a 38% retrace, which was 38,841. This is the golden zone between 382 to 618, 34,175. I mean, all reasonable levels and candidates for potential bounce, as well as 40,665 where we are right now. So until you break that, I guess you're okay. You're fine like a fruit fly, right, at these supports. And unfortunately, Jonathan not having a good day either. Jonathan, you okay, man?
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Of course. This channel that really isn't that big of a deal was breached with a candle close, lowest daily candle close on total. Wow. You got to go back to December 20th or the 19th. You took out all these other lows. Like, it was close, man, but still formally lowest of the year of 2024. And you know about this level. Wow, man. Can you believe it? A major inflection zone from history is once again regarded as resistance, and that might be where short-term reverses. Short-term's the word, not, oh my God, we're going to 1.2 trillion. I'm just saying. They pushed this price. Once they broke it out, I mean, you made it there, and what do you expect, man? All right, so pray for China, pray for Asia to wake up and choose inverse violence. I guess peace. Is peace buying? Maybe. That's the update, man. That is what happened. Small coins got smashed, but of course on the new day, they're gonna, you know, rally a little bit here and there. That's fine. Big swings, man. We can look at the weekly, and the weekly is more concerning than anything. weekly is just weird because you did the TA respect, right? You did what is incredible, right? You back test levels as support not once but twice, and then what do? You run up and you test perfectly the golden retrace from the all-time high to the correction low. I mean, that is so unreal. And the reversal was a freaking bearish. It's a shooting star engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle. So you have 3 days, so we better get some redemption in the next 72 hours. I just don't want to see, if you're identifying Japanese candlestick reversals, which this certainly is a candidate to be one, whether it is or not right now. If you get a lower close this week than you had after the Japanese candlestick pattern is painted, that's the confirmation of its validity. And normally you catch more follow through after that. So not really good right now, but we still got 3 days. But you can't tell me like there's really optimum upside potential for the swing trader's mindset. Okay, no, I'm not. This is not the same thing as like you're holding, you're investing. It's a different account, man. You're talking about looking for opportunities where you can have maximum upside with the least amount of risk involved. And after an asset does something like it did from September all the way to this, January, that just inherently leaves you with limited upside potential. Because everything's in waves, man. You get a wave up and then a wave down, normally shorter, and then another short wave, and then a big wave after that. Yeah, you just had a huge wave. And so now you're staring at a bearish Japanese candlestick reversal at a perfect 618 golden retrace. I mean, okay, and so we're looking at the weekly. You understand like 40,665, which there on the daily is not so much, it's not really visible on the weekly. But what is visible is the candle high close from January 4th, 2021 that week, 38,172, and then 39,000, the candle high close from June of 2021. So I'm talking about like potential candidates for just a minor pullback, or a continuation of the pullback that maybe has already begun. And you could be eyeballing that on the weekly, 38 to 39K. Oh, really? Wow. It's not a big deal. There's never been a back test of it formally. But I guess we will see, man. Sorry, dude, I got wrecked again today. Just this physical training stuff, personal trainer is killing me. My body's wrecked, but it feels good and bad at the same time. Let's go to Ethereum. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since January 9th. Not really a big deal. I mean, good God. It's just hard. You think 2,400 is going to be back tested. I don't know if they'll keep it propped up. I guess if 40,665 stays defended, then I guess 2,400 would be defended on Ethereum. But again, you're just looking at an asset that went on this nice tear to the upside over months, and then it reached its destination. And then you're just sitting here for days. Limited opportunity for the swing trader. It's just tougher, man. All right, so a nice pullback would be great, but you haven't really had one. This is not your same price as January 14th and the 12th, where the 12th and the 14th, look, I mean, the difference is like Ethereum is at least rivaling that level, and Bitcoin's kind of below the 12th and 14th levels. So I guess performance, Ethereum's marginal edge lately. We can just look at Ethereum to Bitcoin. What the heck? Oh, sorry. So still doing great. Above 5.5, 5.6 million sats. Still awesome. Yeah, had this insane volume come in, and breach just back above the trading range bottom, which is great, man. That's fantastic. So you always want to see a back test. Let's see a back test to reconfirm the validity of the trading range bottom as a bottom again. But you may not get it. But it's still holding up very well. Outperforming Bitcoin, at least since the 10th. And it's the 18th, so 8 days of Ethereum dominance compared to Bitcoin. meh. Is it flagging? Again, daily, it's just range a little. It could be, yeah, flag, pin it. They're holding it up. It's pretty good. Above the 200 moving average for the first time since freaking June of 2023, and that was a joke. Every time it's been testing the 200 moving average has been a resistance reversal, and last time you were really truly above it was January of last year, so it's been a year. Okay. XRP, you know, you just can't keep it together. You know, tested 58.5, tested the 200-day moving average, and just not enough demand. And Bitcoin, the macro rolling over is really tough. So now you're at this other level. You're at this other 54.6 cent level that doesn't hold. It's an easy target for 51 cents, and maybe that's the type 2 return of the Gartley, but you can't. This is not invalid for until you're falling probably below 50 cents. So it's still there. It's just requiring patience, because this cannot go up with Bitcoin doing what it's doing right now. So it's tougher. And this is the situation I'm talking about with most of these altcoins. Really almost impossible to strategize an entry, because there's no like formal edge. There's no like discernible structures. There's no like local confirmation lows, act supports, no bullish divergence that like tandems with that. Like, you know, I'm just real quick, for instance, just a good example would be Filecoin. I know it's random, but it kind of represents many others, where it's like, okay, remember you had this maybe a test and then a rally, then a kind of tweezer top reversal, and it's like we're here, and it's like cool, it's holding up, but like again, there's just nothing locally, and just making the point where hopefully we could get something like this, and by the time we get there, our oscillator is somehow diverging. I don't even know how you're going to do it on the daily. This low to the you never even lost so much negative momentum. Maybe the 12-hour, 4-hour, but like that's what you'd be looking for if you really wanted to try to take a chance once and then twice. The dragon, whatever. But again, you're just looking at an asset that pretty much quadrupled in value over a pretty short period of time, and now it's correcting. And this is, guess what, unfortunately, your first lower high of the whole uptrend. So that like, oh, okay, so we are witnessing a new piece of data that just tells us far less market participants involved with the asset than we saw beginning of the year, which was certainly a take profit level. So you got to wait for we got to see confirmation lows that supports with divergence. You have to. It's the only way you can have an increased probability of a particular outcome, which in your situation would be like, hey man, is implied reversal here. You don't have it. You got to wait. We got to wait for Filecoin really to lose another, 10 to 13% of its value. And then you got to see the buyers actually defend the level. And if they don't, then you got to see them recapture it. And you want to see a Japanese candlestick there. You just got to wait, man. We're in purgatory, because 3 months ago, you had golden opportunities, unbelievable textbook opportunities, and then they played out. They don't always play out. They could have easily failed. Is this stream on? Can y'all hear me? Are decibel levels good? And is everyone okay? Kind of get what I'm saying? Maybe I see like 3 people chatting, so I guess there's like 10 people watching this stream now. So I get it, whatever. Bitcoin ETF happened, and now it's over. The party is done. So see you in a year, chat. Okay, y'all want me to just take a year vacation? I guess I can. We look at BNB that actually was up, holding up here. CZ protecting his coin. But like for me, how do you strategize an entry? You can't. It's like a lower high than previous high, and that's it so far. And it's kind of sad, because I don't think you would argue that anchor point 1 and 2 is a supply line. The buyers so far, there has been such a lack of demand and or too much supply that they are unable to retest that supply line. So that's not really a good indicator with price action. Better pray for Bitcoin. That's all I can say on this one. But cool, it was up somehow. Yeah, so about yesterday, I don't know what happened. My internet was just on the fritz and kept like cutting in and out, and that lasted throughout the night. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, the theory was, oh, he talked about uBlock. Oh, here we go again. I guess my internet's about to get wrecked. Okay, so I'm just looking at some of these. You know, it's like 1, 2, 3. Nice data. But then what's the newest piece of data? The unfortunate... I mean, there's a couple pieces, right? It's like, oh no, all of a sudden, like it could have been 1, 2, 3. And then now we're witnessing, without a doubt, a shadow of a doubt, momentum shifting to the hands of the sellers. Now this happened the 11th and 12th, and now the follow through really making it sketch. So at this point, better look out below, because I don't think 94.74 will hold with this new data. This changes everything. Like it could have been okay, it could have been a contender, but they back tested a level from history. You can't argue, it's there. February 2022, it was support, then it was resistance, August 2022. They have confirmed it, it was an upthrust, and then the back test of the upthrust, and then some sort of bonus wick to show you even less on the intraday move than before, just a few days before. And so once this 94.74 level breaks, bye-bye. I mean, Lynn probably going on a far more significant retrace, and that's okay because it's been going nuts. But that right there doesn't give me much confidence that whatever we're seeing here with these values is going to hold up. So I would just say be careful. Be careful on, remember this Lend from its, I mean, when it was identified, this was posted. I mean, it's like, it's the harmonic completed at a support. It just is death or glory. And then it went for the glory, and it went from its lowest low to its highest at 150% in 107 days. But now, that's a key characteristic that is different. This has not happened since it bottomed out and it ran. It has not shown on the daily a discernible lower high than the previous high. It just hasn't. I'm just here identifying it and showing it to you. That's all I'm doing.
Best time to watch. You are awesome as usual, Mitch. Bought Mara at $9, sold at $31,
we'll look.
waiting
I mean, it
for
$13. And I don't
you
think
it'll get there and bounce?
Most of the miners.
Thank you as always, Waze.
So they're just going for some, more substantial retraces, like maybe the altcoins are setting up for. So, okay, that's price action. Okay, but you could also use your imagination out there and just be like, okay, well, there might, like, why did I say momentum shift? Because you went from a high to a higher high to a lower high. That's momentum shift. So you see that there too. It's not really like good things. This is not something you're like wanting to be like, I'm going long. I'm going to go long when momentum shift is shifting into the hands of the sellers after a 150% rally in 100 days. And negative momentum is beginning to build again. It may bounce, right? Always could bounce, man. Flip your coin, but that's not really good price action that you want to be buying into. So good luck. And I'll just let's look Cardano here. Man, here's a high. Here are substantially lower highs than this highest high. That's a nice tweezer top reversal there. And then now a lower high. So again, like a straight line up, and it's like, remember, these altcoins are, if you have experienced other cycles, they are notorious for doing stuff like in the same cycle. They'll do it too, where they'll pump like this and then they'll lose 88 to 90% of their value from the low to the high. It's Cardano. Let's get Hoskinson's son a few more stuffed animals for the next conference, all right? We've already exceeded a 38%, near 50%. Okay, let's see a 618. Let's see a back test, because you never got one. See, that's the thing. I would be Cardano fan. Like, dude, you gotta want to see a bullish back test of the 2018 high, right? The low from 2022, the high from 2023. You gotta see a back test. So I would say, like, you just wait and we'll reassess Cardano at 40 to 41 cents, and let's just see if there's something. But for now, there's nothing on the oscillators that imply reversal soon to the upside. We're going to be kings. Nothing yet. Remember, if you're going to long something, try to be as close to a type 2 return of a harmonic structure at a key support ice line with spring back test. If you do that, you're all inherently, you're doing the right thing. Trying to go long after stupid Rudy Poo runs like this is a great way to lose a lot of money. Is the sound off? Huh? Sounds off? Okay. So, you know, again, man, it was alphabetical order, dude. Let's go to, was it Algo next? Man. See, this is the scary stuff. Like, it's just, I know they tested it twice. We discussed it, but look at they did that. And then look what the data was presented to us after those two lows locally. Utter failure from buyers to do anything. Utter failure from buyers to even push the price to test this high from December 14th, which to me is a sign of weakness. It's a head and shoulders, but a powerful head and shoulders because of that aspect of the structure. Like that, not a good sign. Lack of demand, too much lack of demand, too much supply. You go back to this 16.6, 16.3 level, I don't think you would hold that. Not after this structure develops over the course of 5 weeks. Remember that time, Algo, like, let me just show you here. There's this swing low from 2020, years ago, 4 years ago. And then an M shape completes around that area. And yeah, but look what happened. These are the levels to be like, I can't wait to maybe take a shot here. There's a chance. It's so low risk. If it fails, we're going way lower, but I can easily set up a stop loss. And now you're at this point where it went up so much. It went up 184% in 62 days. And now you're staring at like this very weak, very strong head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders. The neckline is 16 cents and change. So it was a fun run, man. It really was. So until like Bitcoin really starts catching bids again, you got to kind of go with understanding like why or how these could play out to the downside, at least somewhat. They may just perform meh. Could be like mediocre performance where like here's a low. All right, well then it just goes to 14.3 cents or just goes for a 200-day moving average test and never really even doesn't even test the November 20th low. And then it's just the highest low of the route and then runs again later after mediocre performance because the trend's good. But for now, it's price action. I am identifying price action and just showing you and then trying to talk about the psychology of it. It would be here all night if I just go in alphabetical order. So here's another situation of the same weakness where, yes, certainly, no one in the world will argue the fact that this level that is so real, more real than any other level on any other chart in the world because of how many tests and the flirtation and the reversals you've seen here. Okay, and I'm using my cursor to show you so you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just, right? These aren't my opinions. So what happened? Well, they ran it up. They tested it. Great. There were some bids there. And then what happened? Pathetic performance. So if anything, you're looking for a second test locally. But and we'll reassess when I see some bids come in at 850, 885. But it's that same thing. Maybe you get a type 2 return. I don't know. It's not the areas to really be identifying harmonics. But you just get the same picture. I think like your target at 960 is 885 to 850. So I think if you're patient, you would probably get to see another 8% to 11.5% drawdown for just a second test. And it may not hold. Okay. But Avalanche. Ugly. I mean, fugly. With an F. Wow. Head and Shoulders. And then new data. What's the new data? Oh, more distribution, chat. 39.30. Certainly resistance again. 200 moving average. Resistance again. The lowest high of the correction that began, it seems, around Christmas. At $22, $20. It seems like it makes the most sense here. After a phenomenal run. What a run, man. But these people that ran it up, they're clearly offloading. Very subtly, though, quietly. And they'll have a chance again. There will be more sunshine. The clouds and the rain, it always passes, but you just, if you see the rain clouds and the storm coming, I mean, like, God, go inside or get an umbrella or a rain jacket. You can stare at it and showing us distribution and just say, oh, I'm just going to still own it. And like, all right. Yeah, Mini had good runs. One thing about DYDX though is like, though yes, I guess, are they distributing? I mean, they are. They're buying climax November 15th and only lower highs and lower lows. So you're definitely correcting. But if you look at the daily, I mean, it's anything above. It's not about if it plays out or not. It's just more so about where it currently is and the structural development. Where you're above anything above 273, you can be really cautiously optimistic. But I get it, yeah. Like, well, look at the high, a lower high, a lower high. Look, lower lows than previous lows. I get it, certainly so. Man, God, dude, maybe some hidden bearish divergence starting to develop now. A high on price, then a lower high on price. Yikes. But yeah, I'm just, you're still broken out. You broke the trading range. So better than most, but yeah, I guess you could articulate an argument for local distribution here since November. ETC, ooh. Well, there's your back test, Larry. The attempted back test. Ooh, all right, so $22.58, $24. It's gonna be a really interesting, I don't know, next week or two. Where what are they going to do? Are the buyers that brought this thing up, will they destroy it? Will there be enough of them to keep this thing, to make a level that was once always resistance? I mean, so many countless times it was resistance. It has been support throughout history too, but mainly resistance. Will they be able to flip it to support? We're going to find out within the next 7 days. And you can see it, all right? Big test, ETC. Big test, Bitcoin. These are like final exam time, chat. This is no longer, well, man, it's like 4 weeks in and we got our first exam. Or no, this is final exam time. But wait, there's more. Yeah, FTM that held, right? See, you get the data and then they run it, right? Look what they did. It looked better, I think, on the 4 hour maybe. 12 hour? Yeah, look what they did. They did put in a bottom. You can see the one test, the second test. But what was the newest piece of data? The failure, the confirmed failure. The supply line, there was supply. So much supply, lack of demand, they couldn't break it, and that's exactly where it inflected, where it reversed, and now you're trading below all the inflection points horizontally. This is where you say, good luck. It's over. It's failed. No dragon. You know what? Look, here's a high, and here's a lower high. And guess what? That high is lower than this high, and so on. Distribution, ongoing. It's right there. Failure to break supply lines. I mean, that's normally what happens when, but just as easily, 1 and 2, They could have broken it if Bitcoin wasn't going to just break 42.5, break all those demand lines, break 42K. This thing very well could have broken out. But yeah, that's just the way it works. That's how it goes. And you got to be able to understand that, like, you can identify confirmation lows at key supports. But if there's not enough demand, too much supply, then that's where you say, all right, that failed. They confirmed it. There were bids, but not enough demand to make a higher high. So you're continuing your correction on FTM. And like, you know, that was kind of cool because not many were even showing that. Most were like, I don't know, man, maybe wait, maybe. Yeah, dude, that's nasty. That's super nasty. Lowest daily candle close on FTM since December 11th, lowest close of 2024, and a certain confirmed candle close below 37.8 to 40 cents. That's Larry, please understand the significance of this level. Almost always the price goes straight down to 29 cents when you fall back into it. So I just be careful. You got to remember the comet. There's a comet, and it's the comet normally is at supports, not after a bunch of lower highs are getting put in after a 200% rally. How about that H bar? See, they held it up, and the new piece of data was a failure. They kind of rivaled. They failed to rival it, but they were close, right? December 15th. Yeah. So anything below 7.55 cents, you got to be really careful, because below that, history tells you what happens. When you fall below 7.5 cents on H bar, you normally see 6 cents. Look at that. I mean, it's almost a straight up and down situation every time. I would be careful, right? You identify one piece of data, fine. Here's the next one. And now we're seeing a bearish breakdown. Or at least an attempted bearish breakdown. Okay? But look, man, just as easily as we had identified the bullish back test, wow, obscene moves up with that data. But not this time. Like that'd be like right here. Oh, it just stalls out and starts rolling over again. That's not good. That's another piece of data that's bearish. So I just, yeah. Look at Chainlink, man. I mean, this is what I would say. Like, maybe it does hold, but the upside is just limited. Because what happens if there's too much supply at 1567 to 1642? You've just now like confirmed like this was an up thrust. This is a back test of up thrust. This is a bearish engulfing candle. This is hidden bearish divergence and development. Triple. Good God, it is triple hidden bearish divergence. How in the... I don't ever see that. Triple hidden bearish divergence right there. Every time you make a high, lower high, you're making higher levels of positive momentum. That all implies continuation downward, incoming, pending. So you get a real big edge here for downside on Chainlink after an up thrust back test of up thrust. After an unbelievable run. But hey, whatever, we'll see Bitcoin moon and all is well, dude, forget it. You know, I'm just showing you by the book what's going on right now. Not tomorrow, just today. Maddox has been a whipsaw factory, dude. That's not really a good, like, I mean, look, dude. 2 of the 3 targets of the trade setup were hit. They just were. Because, right, harmonic framework was brilliant. 1 at 89, 2 at 102. The third target's 130, and it's you still may get it eventually, but what happens if, you know, Matic goes down to test the 200 moving average again, or even lower? You wonder. I mean, it's fine because of the higher lows still than this previous low. There's still slight accumulation, but the most recent discernible event is the lowest, is a lower high. You got a high, you got about the same high. Okay, 2 highs. but then a higher low. Accumulation still. Then the highest high. Then the same low, higher low again, but now a lower high. A lower high, really for the first time, like with confirmation. And someone will be like, it's momentum shifting. Yeah. I mean, it does look like that, right? Where there's a left shoulder, a head, right shoulder. Hard to argue. I mean, like, we can plot it and see how it goes. It may fail. You know, failure would be, you know, buyers defending 75 to 72 cents again. All right, you just see it. Okay. Not really great. Again, it's not about like, what's it going to do next? It's just more like, dang, man, going long into that is just kind of weird. It's not a good thing to do. Like, it doesn't matter if it rallies next. You're just staring at somewhat like momentum shifting into the hands of the sellers. And thanks for the people tuned in. I don't even know. It's probably like 20 people. Thanks for the 20 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell. So it might be 5 people. 5 to 20 people, give or take. Thank you. Thank you. That one makes me smile. Thank you for the Pepe freakout. Those were the people, right? The day of the ETF. I think we had like 10 of those. Okay, so get wrecked, Matic. Then it's really our maker is so elevated, it's not really showing any sort of, what's the most recent event? The highest high of the run. They just couldn't break it above 2,000. It's still fine though. It's like, it's just at the top of the wave, doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like the other ones we've been looking at. It actually is kind of insane. Just, you never know, like this could be the top just as well as it could be, oh, we're about to go to 3,000. You're kind of coin flipping here. But at least there's no like momentum shifting structure over 5 weeks like we're seeing on some of these other ones that are, doesn't matter what happens next, they just don't look great. Because they did look great. They looked promising. And then they played out over 3 months and here we are. Well, you could imagine why I'm in this situation, as the protagonist would say. Thank you for the slot machine. Uniswap, check it out. Dang, man. You know, this one went up and hit one of the 3 targets of the trade setup. And then just C was the target, 780, the top of the harmonic, 1. And the second target never got achieved. You never saw it. You may see it later, but dang, man, they up thrusted it through that $6.97, $7 level. And the only thing that the most recent event that you can see on the daily is this level that's such a real resistance is now confirmed as resistance again. Like, I mean, I hope it pivots just randomly now. Okay, time to go. We're going to moon now. But that's just ugly until the buyers recapture $7. It's valid. It's a valid bearish backtest until number go up above $7. Not really a great spot. I like the one low, the second low, but again, that's a piece of data, and now we have a new one, a new piece of data that's most recent. Saying what was once resistance from history, a candle high close back from September 2020, a reversal point from September 2022, October 2022, certainly around January of last year, and just recently in December, it is resistance again. So, but hey, you're still making higher lows. This is a lower high. I can see. let's check out Tezos that like with doing some crazy stuff, man. Like, my God, like just a level of mystery. Just tested and tested and then they ran it up again. Bullish convergence on the MACD, but then bearish divergence on the RSI. A high on price, then a higher high on price with lower levels of the RSI. So tough to manage risk here, but you know, I think anything above 82 to 86 cents is fine. I've been holding up a lot better than many other things, that's for sure. So very good on Tezos. A little different, right? So what was that? Was there even a request today? I doubt it. Oh, Mara. Yeah, let's look at Mara. Mara. This represents every miner. They all are like this. Yeah, anything below 1950 is done. Lower high, that craziness on the ETF approval date, but then breaking that's a bad action magnet move, the BAMM. So a gap fill is the next target. Gap fill at 1368 back from December 1st to the 4th, that right there. But then just think about an 886. Dude, you're uptrending. Do you understand an 886 is fine? 786, 886, think about it. Like, here's your low, here's your high, and then nearly a 78% retrace. If you're doing the same thing, then fine. I think it would be an 886 because of a bat. But the low to the high, you're just now, today you confirmed a close below the 618. So easily, 1230 to 1270, the 200-day moving average, 786. The 886 takes you to less than $10, 987. Negative momentum at its highest level we have seen since, God, December 2021. RSI sitting at its lowest level since October, multi-month lows. And I'm just talking about like bad action magnet move. When that B point breaks down, there's a high probability outcome that eventually you'll see a 786, 886. This is a Scott Carney methodology, definition, jargon, whatever. 886, right? Because they'll turn into bats when the BAMM, bat action magnet move, breaks down. High probability outcome of 786, 886. So a lot more downside is what that means, sadly. Down another 1.56% after hours, down about nearly 7% today. It's like that across all the miners. But one thing we can do, since that was the only request, let's go look at those Bitcoin ETFs, because I know you're so excited about them. Guess what? Another day, another fresh low. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, everybody. ARK, here's Kathy Woods. Nice job, Kathy. No one cares. You suck. Lowest low of all time. Again. FBTC. Certainly, that's what they meant. Down 4% plus. All-time lows. BDCW, all-time lows. BDCO, all-time lows. HODL, all-time lows. EZBC, all-time lows. GBDC, down over 4% today. Up 0.74% after hours. Still, like, I mean, no technical damage yet. I mean, I could see maybe on a daily, like, this could be like $34 is support. Not all-time lows. More volume than all of them combined, I think. BitB, all-time lows. What a loser. DeFi, destroyed. Lowest daily close on DeFi since November 30th. iBit, all-time lows. Get wrecked. Burr, destroyed. All-time lows. Nice job, everyone. Nice job. Congratulations. Y'all really did number here. But my ETF! What's up, Jake? We got some Mexican pesos coming in. Let those Mexican pesos roll down the mountain of Montezuma, dude. Let's do it. We'll go to DraftKings Donkey Kong. that was a legendary, one of the most legendary trade setups ever, literally ever. Okay, I'm not kidding, ever. Gapped up massively today, 7%.
Can we please check out DKNG? Thanks.
Jake, sure, man. Thank you. Dude, we got 2 Jakes. When does this ever happen? The rarity of 2 people contributing to the stream that have the exact same name, first name, whatever. One Jake, Mexican Jake, and then we have Irish Jake. When English Jake. When Australian Jake contributing next. Chat. Let's get this thing going, man. All right. So, was it earnings? No, it wasn't even. It just gapped up violently. Highest daily candle close since December 13th. Highest close of 2024. Just want a little correction. Insane, man. Like, absolutely crazy. Like, this thing's unstoppable. And this zone, this is the golden zone. Okay, your all-time high to your lowest low after the all-time high. This is a target area, a common retrace zone. You have achieved that. And now you're around again. And the next target, if they're able to take out the local high of 39.
Sent $2 earlier, not realizing needed to do $15 for request lol. Could you check out $ICP? Megaphone on 4 hours?
Thank you, dude. Yes. Yes, thank you. They can break 39. That target is $43 to $44. That's a huge level. Major overhead resistance from May 2020. It's also swing low, December 2020. Look at this 2021. It's been support. That's it. I mean, that X marks the spot. If they're going to keep this trend going. But again, possibly the most... I mean, it is amongst the one of the most incredible setups I had ever seen, where you have an M shape completing at a key ice line after losing 100% of your value, and then the type 2 return, and then quadruple bearish divergence, and then arguably hidden bullish divergence on the type 2. I mean, you just cannot make up the sheer brilliance of this. This is what you would look for the rest of your life, scanning. If you were blessed enough to find it. Holy Grail. So that ushered in the reversal, and you are continuing to run. And again, here X marks the spot, 43 to 44.61. If that ever broke, not much there till at least like $53, $55, but then the big one after that, $64. That's when you're getting into those deep 786s, 886s. Okay, that's DraftKings, man. You should have requested it when we were looking at it back in late December 2022, because people in our own community, Crypto Lawyer, I think, was the first, and we had others too, that found this. Because they invested in themselves, they learned how to identify this stuff, and then they just did. Incredible. ICP. Okay. RH Max, I can't. I literally won't. Thank you, though. Appreciate the $5 contribution. But hey, here's the good news. RH Max. 99% of people in crypto will do it for you. Just not me. And that's okay, right? We're all entitled to look at what we want, right? But the answer is no. Until he gets back from Russia, the answer is no. Or once the courts exonerate him, then we'll talk.
Massive green
ICP,
candles on the weekly. Can you pull up a chart
what
of
do you
Pulse
do?
Chain,
Like, this is just what do you do?
WPLS/die on Dex screener, right now? Eyes.
Like, the only thing I can say, and again, just because I'm telling you most recent discernible events doesn't mean like whatever is going to play out next. I'm just, okay, so you see a high here, you see a higher high. 1466 is just a level I've had plotted because it's an inflection point. It's like just a swing low from February 2022. Okay, so there was certainly bearish divergence from one high to the next. So that's like buyer exhaustion after hitting resistance. Take heed. And then you're really seeing that confirmation with being overbought and showing divergence. Beautiful. But then, okay, then a rally occurred. And for now, until, look, they could pivot this and run it up tomorrow. Let's go, dude. I'm so excited about ICP. But until then, the most recent event I've seen on this chart is that. And what is that? A first lower high seen since the lowest high put in October. There has not been a lower high that you can really see with the naked eye on the daily until just now, just January 10th, plus 8 days. So that just implies that, or just it literally represents distribution, less market participants involved with the asset than just right before it, which was on the 3rd. So that's not really something you're like, I'm actively excited about going long on someone, on an asset doing that. But okay, devil's advocate, is there a demand line? Well, my God, you broke the demand line today, right? You see 1 and 2 anchor point. You broke it with a confirmed close literally an hour ago.
Shido, can it continue the uptrend?
Ice Mike, 6969. Thank you, dude. We can look at whatever that is. Shido. Okay, so you requested ICP, and I'm looking at it, and this thing, this asset, this Beanie Baby, went up 450% in 74 days. And has hit a level where there was certainly some supply by the looks of it. And now we are witnessing just right here locally less market participants involved with the asset than we saw just a week before. That's reality. That's the analysis. To me, I don't really care if it goes up 50% tomorrow. It's hard for me to rationalize like trying to say time to go long. After the first lower high, I would just maybe wait till 928, 981 and see what happens there. I can't really be that excited. Again, we're looking for opportunities for swing trades with maximum upside and the least amount of risk involved with an entry and a stop loss. That's what this stream is. This is not that. I don't care if it goes up 50% tomorrow because it could. I'm not here to talk about, act like I know where an asset's going next. All I can do is show you what the swing highs and swing lows are doing, what the oscillators are doing, where, what, before. What is Shido? Is that next? It is.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Shido. It's an S coin, and it's on MEX. Oh, yeah, man. Okay, so we found an asset that is gone, you know. Nice, dude. No pullback. It's just been running. Like, again, so you're requesting something that is untradeable to the swing trader that applies the framework that is taught here, that I learned it over 15 plus years. There is nothing you can do on this chart to apply that framework to manage risk appropriately for a long with max upside. There's nothing you can do here. But it's cool. I appreciate the contribution. Don't think I don't. It's just, it's gone. What you want to do, if you're going to contribute to the stream and you're going to, I mean, if you do, like, you don't, whatever. But like I'm saying, like, the whole community that watch the stream can get more out of it, you know? So, hey, someone tips me $20 and they request this. I appreciate the contribution. But if you tip $20 and then you do something like you request DraftKings back here, like I'm showing you, hold on. Where is this tool right here? So this, okay, you want to be like, hey man, can you look at X, whatever it is, and we go to the chart and it's this, and it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is it. This is an actionable long where there's maximum upside. There's an edge. It's a type to return. It's happening at a key inflection point from years ago. This is it, Larry. This is the one. And then, of course, you know, it doesn't always play out, but then it does, man. And then it bull flags. And it breaks back above 1869, and then it just goes on a tear. The next resistance, 2758, eventually breaks it. Okay, then consolidates. You get it. So that's what you're trying to do when you request something. But just know, like, equal gratitude from a request for Shido or DraftKings back in late 2022. Dude, best ETF to buy. I mean, they're all like whatever. Like, is one gonna outperform others? Who knows, man? Why not just buy? What's wrong with spot price? Bitcoin, you know. I get it, you know. I just wonder what the consequences of the fees are gonna be on GBTC, but to me, it's not really a big deal. Okay, was there another, or was that it? So that was the last request. And Bitcoin is just holding up, man. As you can see, you can always see Bitcoin, the all-seeing eye on this stream. We always have Bitcoin up, right? But holding in there, about to go positive on the day again, as it did briefly for seconds. But yeah, this is, I mean, you know, the buyers have to defend this 40,665. Otherwise, those altcoins that were looking kind of nasty, they're definitely going to play out like bad if the buyers can't keep this up. So, you know, that's actually really cool. Good for your employer. Sounds like a good boss that gets it, you know. I do want to take a little detour. So what was it? How much money did the communist Chinese infuse into their markets today? How much was it? Anyone find it for me? I don't know. I just know that they did it. Someone find it, man, because they did. They pumped. I think they pumped like over $1 billion into their stock market. You're staring at the Hang Seng Index, okay? Yeah, bailout gang. Definite bailout gang. I just wonder, is it gonna do? Look, it's up 0.75%. This right here, this green candle was actual government intervention. It's pretty sad, right? Is that it? Is that going to continue? Now you are near in a downtrend. You're near oversold, and you're near you're like at an 88% retrace. You are at the pattern completion zone. So if you do react here, it could just be, you know, wow, holy crap. Scott Carney's harmonic going around the world to China. Got a Chinese bat here. Oh wait, we know about Chinese bats, don't we, chat? Didn't something happen with a bat? That's it. 50% on B, lower high on C, 886 on D, exceeded the 886. You're right in that pattern completion zone. So will we rise with the Hang Seng bat? Just understand, like 16772, 18438. These are just levels from history. Major zone, like of inflection, like reversals will happen there. I mean, this goes back to, yeah, look, man, see that high from 97 and the high from 2000? That's why I have this zone plotted. You're below it. What happens when the price is below that? Eventually, some really bad moves, some terrible moves have happened below 16,772. I mean, look what happened here. Like, you know, in 2008, I'm not saying whatever, same thing, but Hang Seng lost 36+% of its value after that level was breached. And then after that, defended over the years, defended in March 2020. They broke it, but then they probably governmental intervention. And, you know, they were lucky because that's when the global stock market bottomed out. November 2022 was the bottom for the U.S. equities market. So they got lucky.
Another look at dollar Etsy, please.
Anon, thank you, dude. Yeah, we will. Appreciate the contribution, man. But this time, Dow Jones Industrial Average is like pretty close to all-time highs. NASDAQ, S&P, they are all near, like much closer to all-time highs. But China, the Hang Seng, is rivaling its low when all the stocks were at their nadir, at their very bottom of that 2022 correction. That is a huge decoupling. So what happens if, like, you know, the S&P and NASDAQ and Dow Jones just go through this 5%, 10% correction and the HSI is here? It can't be good, man. It has to be terrible, right? So we'll see if the buyers come in at the pattern completion zone of the Chinese bat. Bueller, hello? Is the music on? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Good luck, China. Like, really good luck, dude, because you're going to need it. It's Etsy to me. Etsy. Well, kind of scary, man. Well, we knew, like, we were looking at this. Yeah, you could see a $70, $73 back test, and they breached it. I'll tell you this. Keeping your eye on Etsy here, they have to. It has to happen. Soon. You got to see the buyers take back 70 to 73.50. That has to happen. If they do, though, you could be in great shape, but for now, that's the most recent event, is like your lowest high, and then before it, your lowest low. You got to know, though, below 70, if it's a real bearish breakdown and bearish backtest, you have an easy 37.60 target. There are a ton of assets on the S&P 500 that are now trading below their 50-day moving average. This is one. This is the way it's been going, right? Oh my God, we're gonna golden cross soon. And now you're below the 50 and the 200. In fact, the 200 was regarded as resistance and rejected. Yeah, many assets. And I think that's a trend that's possibly going to continue. But Leo, dude, Cactus Leo, man. Yeah, don't drink and type ever again. Okay? Don't do that. That was really bad. So ETC, you need to see the price of Etsy. What did I say? ETC, ETSY. You need to see Etsy buyer. The buyers need to recapture 70, 73.50 soon, or it's bad news. Very, very bad. Because your trend's not good. Like, right? I mean, here's a high, here's the lowest low. But then you corrected, then you made like a formal bearish back test of a key level as resistance in January of last year, and now a lower high than that high, now a lower low than the previous low, and even this low from May, and then the lower high, the lowest high of the entire downtrend, and now breaking supports. Pay attention, have your alerts set up, because if you don't hear a beep soon, probably, I mean, the target is, in my opinion, definitely 37.58, which is really awful. That's like, hey, all of a sudden Etsy's down 44 to 46%, but you can have a little hopium just to hope that maybe you hear a beep and you get back above 73.53. You're safe above that level. Below it, you're in a lot of trouble. You could very well be screwed. So that's your Etsy update. Not really great, man. Wow, dude. Okay, so been live now, hour and 11 minutes. If you enjoying the stream, please hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks for coming in on this. Just it wasn't a good day for crypto. Not at all. Not a good day. As remember, just to reiterate, the event that occurred was the breach of the demand line that goes back to late October. The breach of 42,000, which is this tip-top high back from January 2021. This zone here is plotted because the first time ever you had the wick high and the candle high close in the reversal. And then it reversed where? Down to this level. Oh, okay, so that's an inflection point too. As you can see, price action throughout history then started regarding that level again. And then when you broke it, you went nuts. But then look, after you broke the level, you then back tested as resistance, 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 resistance. It was a reversal point. So that reversal, support, pretty much support. And then again, once before collapsing the next level. So that is why I have it plotted. That is why it's a big deal. And that's why you really need to see Bitcoin hold 40,665, because if it breaks that, a lot more downside potential. Maybe so, Philip. They're gunning for me, aren't they? What's up, 6, man? 6 Hunt. All right, so you understand what's happening. Levels breached, but not all of them. One defended by some scalpers, it seems. But that's it. That's the fruit fly support. You break that, you're currently fine like a fruit fly because you're above it for now. But breaking that is when, well, you're a fruit fly, so you get what happens next. G-Dog. Why not, man? Good God. Yeah, the 8.82%. Yeah, this was insane, man. Like, really is like classic accumulation on the weekly. It's freaking wild. And that if it's up 8.8%, it's got insane upside. 830 plus, easy target. $10. That means almost like 80% upside to just test that swing low from history. It's insane. I mean, someone's accumulating, and they've been accumulating for years now. So, yeah, that's great, man. Swear down in it. They swear, they're down, they in it. All right, so we've got, I guess, contradicting variables on Bitcoin Cash. Okay, first off, understand that.
Tar on BCH. Also, where do you think it's going with its smart contracts and Tim Draper pushing at price prediction this cycle? You the boss.
Thank you, man. Remember, when you're tipping, I'm reading it. I can't hear it on my side because if I do, you'll hear an echo and it's obnoxious to the viewer. So I don't know what happened or what changed, but it somehow did. It never used to be like that. So anyway, there's just like on this, what's scary, and the fact that you're able to construct a good argument and a bad argument, a bullish and bearish argument, normally means not really good. Like that's, okay, you can find one that is only implying upside in every way possible. So you can say, all right, wow, it is beyond perfectly textbook here. I mean, and it is too perfect. Like, I can't even believe that there is somehow a bearish Gartley that completed. And they can't make it higher lows. They keep doing it. But then this completes in a 1414 here. From the B to C point, high to low, it's a 1414. So a 786 confluent with a 1414, 618 on B, higher low on C. It's so perfect of a Gartley. My Gartleys are always colored orangish. Tangang color. Tangang. Wu-Tang! So you got that. But then it's like, oh, we're just higher lows though. Still, people keep accumulating. So much demand that the sellers are unable to test that key inflection point in history, 204-210. It's so real. You cannot argue. It's unbelievable. It's perfect. So like, and now you're in between these levels and it's just, I don't know what to tell you. If I'm able to identify a textbook Jesus bearish Gartley, but they're still trying to make higher lows, but then on that highest high, that slightly highest high, you've got this. There's too many different variables saying different things. Therefore, it just makes me not want to do anything with it when that's going on, right? That's kind of where I am on Bitcoin Cash. Husky Belize, we see you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you're being so passive aggressive, man. I see what you're saying. Why would you have to create a new account if you have an account that works right now? So go ahead and flip your coin on Bitcoin Cash. But man, staring at Gartley's, all right, man. Big, deep, solemn prayers that buyers keep 40,665 defended. Because if they don't, dire consequence. You'll get a pretty significant drawdown. And I think like one could use their imagination and think that since there was no back test here, 38K, 37,962, a swing high from November 9th, 15th, 24th, 29th. It seems like it could be an adequate area for a retest. Oh, for the first test. Market participants have no idea if that 38K level will be support. So they need to test and make sure it is. Just as easily if they, hey man, this could be the bottom, dude. If 40,665 holds again, I mean, yeah, at least back to 42K for back test on the daily. All right, well, I gotta go eat some dinner, man. My whole body is broken. I've had back-to-back days, and then 2 days before that, I had a full body workout. So I'm just like literally broken. Kyle, I figured for being your third super chat, you would know the rules, right? That are plastered, literally just like right there, like on my webcam. Not enough time for a poll because the stream will be concluding soon, right? Good day. Yeah, gapped up. S&P gapped up. Yeah, I mean, it's like, think about the Chinese stock market. They cannot fathom the S&P. Right up 0.89% and headed probably towards, you know, the highest high in human history. Moon, baby, moon. NVIDIA, AMD, Kings. Okay, what was there? Something... All right. Yeah, y'all be good. Join Discord. And let's just pray for Bitcoin to hold 40,665. Because if not, you could just understand. I mean, there might be a back test 38K. And that's okay. That doesn't mean at all that the trend's over. We're screwed. We're going to zero. ETFs fit. No. Those pullbacks happen. Remember, Bitcoin's price is not relevant. It's still going to do the thing that we love it to do. Peer-to-peer transactions, decentralized, indivisible, fungible, unseizable in the right context. Pretty incredible. One of the best inventions ever in human history. But yeah, my ETF, my short-term price action. Immutable. That's right, Magoo. Thanks. Everyone for watching and the contributions, likes, love, support. Until next time, respect the T.A.
gonna dip.